Hello world, I'm coming to you live from my bedroom and I'm here to do a Wentworth related video. So in today's Wentworth video, we're going to be discussing the villains of Wentworth that you loved to hate. So let me get out of the way some of the villains that we just hated. There was Anne, Jax, Juice and the Boys, Nils Jesper, Derek Channing, Sheila Bow, Sean Brody, Judy Bryant's treacherous ass. Those villains, they were just assholes who did not know how to behave, who had no empathy, no regard for human life. Just Warner is another one. We're going to be discussing the villains that we loved to hate, okay? That even though they were villains, we loved them as characters. You know, like whenever they came on the screen, they just stole the fucking show. All right, so the first one we're going to start off with is the one and only Joan Ferguson. Fucking Joan, bro. What didn't this bitch do? She manipulated everyone, all right? She manipulated Vera, Jake. She used Nils Jesper to do her bidding. He was her hitman until she got her hands on Jake Stewart and started using him to do her bidding. She manipulated Jake as well into making Vera fall in love just so he could break her heart. She fucked with Jody's head. She tormented B. Smith and Frankie and fucking, what's her name? Bridget. With Jody, she made Jody, fuck her own eyes up with the pencil, gouging herself with the pencil in the eyes. She fucked with Bridget's mind, making Bridget feel as if there was something going on between Allie and Frankie, okay? Playing with Bridget's insecurities as far as, Allie being a younger, prettier version of her that Frankie moved on to, you know what I'm saying, when she got sick of Bridget's old ass. Meanwhile, Bridget wasn't old.
Didn't take her long to trade up to a younger, more attractive model, did it?
She fucking took the eye of Eve Wilder. Till this day, I don't know if Joan... I don't know. Oh boy. I don't know if Joan plucked Eve's eye out. I don't know if she made Eve poke her own eye out, gouged the... I don't think that happened. I honestly don't think that Eve Wilder gouged her own eye out with a spoon. I think it was Joan who did that shit. Fuck all that. I'm going on record right now saying it was Joan. If anybody goes to a Wentworth Con that Pamela Rabe is attending, please, for the love of Christ, ask her this question. Did Joan pluck that eye out or did Eve pluck the eye out? My insides tell me it was Joan. So then the bitch goes on to kill B, Anne, Iman, Jess, Kath Maxwell, and God knows who else. If you ask me, I think she killed her own father as well. But we have no proof, okay? So this is all alleged. Put aside all of these terrible things that Joan did to all of these people, I fucking loved her. And by the time the series was all said and done, the bitch redeemed herself, if you ask me, okay? First of all, the murder of Anne. The murder of Anne, yes, Joan was dying to snap someone's neck, okay? It wasn't like, you know what? I don't like Anne. She's the one that's gonna die. No, Anne was trying to kill Vera. Joan saved Vera. Listen, she didn't have to, but she did. I know that it wasn't just to save Vera. The bitch had been dying to kill someone, okay? So she finally got to let that shit out. And then at the end, she saves Vera from the fucking burning prison, sets her on the ground, gives her some kind words, and then walks off into the night like the crazy ass bitch she is. Joan was the best villain, and I loved to hate the bitch. The reason why, for me, Joan had redeeming qualities is because we don't know what this bitch went through to become the psychopath that we ended up meeting on the show. And in season 9, we see what her father did to her mother. He drowned her in the tub while Joan watched, okay? He was very domineering, very strict. He just, I guess, wanted perfection from Joan Ferguson, and she delivered. And then I think she also delivered a blow to the back of his head, okay, which left him dead. But there were things about Joan that you could understand why she was such a crazy ass bitch. It wasn't like she was born this way. She was made to be this way. And now that she is this way, You know, she had to go through the motions of realizing that, you know what, maybe I could just chill the fuck out and only kill when necessary. It doesn't have to be just for fun, okay? So anyway, moving on. The next person on the list is Jake Stewart. Oh my God. So Jake, if you ask me, was one of Wentworth's most annoying villains, okay? This motherfucker, I wanted to pluck him in between his eyebrows more than once. I wanted to grab him by his ear and drag him from point A to point B, sit him down, and give him a stern talking to, because motherfucker, ¿qué te pasa? Okay? Why you out here letting Joan Ferguson eat your brain and have you do all these crazy ass things? He tricks Vera into falling for him only to break her heart at the end. Actually, in Jake's defense, he didn't break her heart at the end. It was Joan who did it. Joan is the one who let Vera know this motherfucker is only fucking you because I told him to, okay? And guess what? Together as one, we laugh at you, bitch, at all your weird ass shit that you fucking do. Oh, that was so fucked up. They laughed at her strange shit. Like looking under the bed for monsters or intruders. Who the fuck knows what the bitch was looking for? I don't fucking know. All I know is that they were laughing at her and that had to not feel good.
We laugh at how pathetic you are. That little peculiarity of yours. Checking under the bed every night.
Fucking Jake kills Nils Jesper. He didn't want to. And he sets up Channing to take the blame along with Will, you know, the two of them together. You know, I'm going to blame it on Jake because if I'm not mistaken, it was Jake's bright idea to do it. He decides to set up Derek Channing to take the fall for Joan's death. Fine, it helped Will out, but still, it was fucked up. Good people, they don't do shit like that. Or maybe they do. Maybe they do shit like that. You know, who's to say that you're a bad person just because you do some fucked up shit? You know, we all make mistakes. And if there's a good enough reason behind the fucked up shit you did, then I'm willing to forgive you. This is why Jake is on the list of villains you love to hate, because I have forgiven him. He was just fucking horny all the time and he would get it where he could get it. You know what I'm saying? I spoke about this, I think, in my last video. He fucked Nurse Radcliffe. He fucked Anne Reynolds. These are people that work with Vera. The nurse, Vera was her superior, and you're over here having sex with her in medical? What the fuck? Anne in the car? Oh my God, I couldn't believe when he fucked Anne. I wasn't that shocked to see him fuck Nurse Radcliffe, pero when he fucked Anne, I was like, no, it's too much. This is your baby's mother's close friend and you're fucking her in the car. So the reason why I loved to hate Jake was because he was just a funny guy. There were moments that made him very endearing, like when he danced with Liz. Oh, and he taught Liz the dance, whatever the fuck it was. What the hell was it? The mambo, the waltz, I don't know. It was some type of ballroom dance that he teaches her. And it was so sweet, that moment. And the moment where Boomer gets stood up in the visitor center and Jake comes and he just puts like a hand on her shoulder to give her comfort. I thought that was really sweet. And the way that he loved his daughter. He loved Gracie. So for me, Jake was just one of those villains that you couldn't help but loving as well as loathing. The next person on the list is Sonia Stevens. Yo, when I tell you, I loved me some fucking Sonia Stevens. Sonia was a little fucking bitch, running around the prison with her nose in the air, acting like she was that bitch, which, let me just say, she was that bitch. Sonia was a very classy woman, very fucking elegant woman, well put together, well spoken. She didn't take no shit. She did not respond well to bribery, extortion, blackmail, all of the above. You know what I'm saying? You name it, she wasn't having it. And I loved that about her. So Sonia's terrible qualities that made her a villain was the bitch was a fucking murderess, okay? First, she kills her husband. Then she kills her best friend. The bitch colluded with Don Kaplan, okay, to have Liz, you know, feel like Don was falling in love with her, falling for her, so that they could convince her to be the witness X just so they could fuck her up the ass and make her look like a liar when she was on the stand, which I thought was horrible, okay? Who does that type of shit? That's so grimy and fucking, ugh. God, you know? The bitch also killed Sharon Gilmore, an innocent in Wentworth, who had nothing to do with anything, and she killed her because she thought that Sharon was Liz. First of all, bitch, if you're gonna fucking step forth to kill people, make sure you have the right target, okay? Like, she's so dumb. You know, you should have just, like, turned the bitch around and faced her. Look her right in the eyes before you stick that damn fucking, that fork into her. Like, that cooking fork. Oh my God. She tried to kill Liz, all right? And she also, if I'm not mistaken, is the reason why Allie got her hands burned in the steam press. If memory serves me right, okay, and my brain cells haven't all been fried at this point, I am almost certain that it was Sonia's doing. So Sonia was convinced that Kaz and Mr. Jackson were in collusion together and that he would always pop up to save the day so that Kaz didn't have to inflict punishment on the women. You know, something happened where there was supposed to be some shit going down and Kaz was going to pretend to burn Allie's hand because she lagged or something like that. I don't remember the specifics. They end up in the fucking laundry and Will at this time is on some shit. He's going through the motions of losing his mind, all right? He buried Joan Ferguson alive. Now he's haunted by her spirit. I say spirit like this because we all know the bitch was not dead. So he's haunted by what he has done. And instead of going to the laundry to stop the burning of Allie's hands, he ends up like in a corner somewhere, a crying, sobbing mess. And what happens? Sonia confronts Kaz. You're not going to burn her. This is all a setup. Will Jackson's going to come running through those doors any minute and save Allie and blah, blah, blah. And the women are looking and Allie's telling Kaz, bitch, just burn my hand. If not, these bitches are going to fucking come for you. So what happens? Allie's hands get burned. And everyone was in shock. Most of all, you know, Sonia, because she swore that Will was coming to save the day. The reason why I loved Sonia is because I just thought she was so damn charismatic. I loved how she wasn't scared. You know, even in that scene when Juice and the boys had her cornered, I think it was in the bathroom or something, she still stood her ground and the bitch was ready to walk out that bathroom like, fuck yeah. And, you know, they scooped her up and caught her and fucked her up. So it wasn't fuck yeah, it was fuck you. But still, she stood her ground. Like in any situation she was presented with, she stood her ground. When Joan tried to come at her and was like, you know, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. At first, Sonia looked like she was intrigued, but she shut that down. Like, nah, bitch, don't nobody need you. I'm good over here. You stay over there doing your shit, and I'm gonna be right over here taking care of the garden project. You're not welcome. So yeah, she stood her ground. She didn't take no shit. Yes, she was a villainous bitch who tried to kill our beloved Lizzie, but she didn't, okay? So because of that, I loved her. I love the scene when she loses her shit on the roof.
Drop the wrench. This has nothing to do with you.
She was just fun to watch, and even though she was a bad guy, a mí me gustó. So, next on the list is a slithering snake named Mari Winter. So I struggle with my feelings about Mari so often because I just don't know if I love this bitch or if I hate this bitch. She's a villain in my eyes for the following reasons. She tried to kill Ruby Mitchell, okay? Fine. Ruby killed her son, but again, for the 1,000th time, it was an accident. She used Drago to do her bidding and made Drago feel like, you know, like she was interested in her. She kisses Drago. Bitch, what is wrong with you? This bitch is in love with you. And here you go, dándole beso, making her feel like there's a chance between the two of you. That is fucked up. She used Will Jackson. She started the siege. All right? If it wasn't for her, the siege would have never happened. Had she followed Sean Brody's plan and the others, if she just stuck to the plan, she probably would have been able to escape. But no, she's hell-bent on fucking revenge. Now we have a fucking full-blown siege in the prison. We all know what happened with the siege. Mari is somewhat responsible for the death of Liz Birdsworth. Because if it hadn't been for the siege, I don't think Liz would have had that stroke. And I don't think she would have ended up in that state that she was in, which led to Boomer doing the mercy killing. Put all of these things to the side, she goes on to do even worse things in the final season. She fucking manipulates Sheila and puts the bug in her ear that she needs to kill Luke Kelly for Luke Kelly having killed Sheila's husband. But instead, Sheila goes rogue and kills Reb to, you know, fuck with Luke Kelly even more. But had Mari not had that conversation with this bitch, Sheila wouldn't have killed anybody. Everything that she did with Lou. She used my precious baby love, Lou Kelly, all right? At a time when she was vulnerable, weak, and hurt, okay, over the loss of her true love, Reb. And it's just like, yo, what the fuck, bro? You can't just go around using people like this. Playing with their hearts and with their minds. I think it's so wrong, and it makes me want to punch this bitch in her face. Especially because I love Luke Kelly so much. So she does that. She gets in Rita's face talking about you're a fucking copper and fuck off and whatever the fuck the case might be. I'm going to tell the women. Yeah, she didn't tell the women, but you recorded the conversation, bitch. If you had not recorded the conversation between you and Jonesy, no one would have found out that Rita was a cop, and then Lou's crew wouldn't have beat Rita to a fucking bloody ass pulp in the yard. The point is, Mari Winter was a fucking bitch who got what she had coming, but at the same time, for me, she redeemed herself on the show when she tried to save Ruby. She didn't try to save Ruby. She saved fucking Ruby's life, bro. She saved Ruby's life. She felt bad in the yard when she saw that the truth was about to come out as far as Rita was concerned, as far as Rita being a cop. We saw the regret in her eyes. That moment where she saves Ruby's life and ends up sacrificing herself, basically. I don't think she realized that was going to happen, but she didn't give a shit what the outcome was going to be. She just cared about Ruby getting the fuck out of that room and going off to safety. And she saves Ruby twice because Lou was going to shiv her in the showers. That was the first one. You know, I loved to hate Mari. Mari got on my last fucking nerve, but I also liked her. I liked how sassy she was. I liked how she wasn't afraid of Rita. Like, with or without Drago, Mari stood her ground when it came to Rita. The final villain on my list that I loved to hate, and when I say love, I can't stress the word love enough, okay? It's my precious baby love, Lou Kelly. Yo, when I tell you I love this bitch, I loved her then, I love her still. Nothing is gonna change that. So fucking Lou Kelly, bro. This bitch was a fucking firecracker. She was like a tornado. Lou Kelly killed everyone in the fucking True Paths retreat place or whatever, and then she blows it up. So she poisons these motherfuckers and then she blows up the building because poisoning them was not enough. We've got to get rid of any and all potential evidence that this was me, which was smart on her behalf. She fucking, oh man, she does what she does to Boomer in the showers. She fucking torments her in the shower, punches her in the face. She fucking beats the shit out of Allie in Allie's cell and gives Allie nothing but grief. She fucking picked on Joan from the very start. You know, the whole goldfish thing, Wanda, you know, if Lou Kelly would have just left that damn goldfish alone, Joan wouldn't have flipped out, causing Lou Kelly to drop the damn jar, killing the fish. So Lou Kelly is partially to blame for the death of Wanda, even though I know in a past video I was like, it is not her fault. If Joan would have chilled out, she would have never dropped the thing. She was going to kill that fish regardless. She was going to make Joan eat the fish, no? Wasn't she going to make Joan eat the fish? She was going to make Joan eat her own pets. That is hardcore right there. I was like, wow. So what else does she do? She kills Mari, okay? She stabs Boomer several times during their fight for top dog. She throws pudding on Boomer. She just fucks with Boomer every chance that she fucking got. Then what does she do? She does not kill a treacherous bitch named Judy Bryant is what she does when she should have. Instead, she takes Judy under her wing and they form this elaborate plan to blow up the prison and escape. During that explosion, a lot of shit happens. A lot of good happened, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? Allie got her hands on the phone so that potentially Ruby could, you know, get some charges dropped and Rita could get less time in jail. Judy was killed. These are all good things that happened. Well, for me, Lou Kelly was the villain in Wentworth that I just loved to hate the most. I recognize the fact that she was a fucking crazy ass bitch, okay? I'm not saying that she's a good human being. No, she was terrible in many different ways. But she had so many redeeming qualities. You know what I'm saying? For me, Lou Kelly was just like a lost little girl who went through some traumatic shit in her youth and stood stuck at that age. Whatever happened to Lou happened to her very young in her life. She wasn't able to move forward in her mind. That's like a thing. You know, you stay stuck at the age in which you went through whatever traumatic experiences. That talk she has with Reb, look at all my scars. Do you want to count them? You know what I'm saying? Like, so she's basically saying I came out the womb into some shit and I never stood a chance. I feel like there's always a chance for redemption. You know, she was running around the prison, threatening to cut people's fingers off left and right. She threatened to cut Zaina's finger off and mail it to her brother. You know what I'm saying? I think she threatened Zaina's fucking fingers on more than one occasion. I think she threatened them in the halls as well at one point. And it's like, yo, you done got your own pinky finger cut the fuck off. How about you just stop with the cutting of the phalanges? You know, it's not worth it. People can still function without a pinky finger, bitch. What the? If you really want to cause them some havoc, cut off their thumb. Long story short, Luke Kelly could do no wrong in my eyes. She was one of Wentworth's worst villains, and I loved to hate her. I know a lot of viewers just hated her, but there was also a lot of viewers that felt like me, and they loved to hate her. Do you agree with my picks for villains you love to hate, or do you think that some of these people should have been thrown off the list and others added? Let me know everything in the comments down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again in another video another time.